53%, that is the number that CNN's own data guy put on his own screen. A majority of Republicans named President Trump the Republican president they most admire. Reagan, 18%. Lincoln, 8%. CNN had to say it out loud on their air. And the punchline at the end of the clip is even better. Reagan at 18% from Republicans in 2026. That's the number that ends a 10-year argument. Every consultant, every donor class Sunday show voice told you the real GOP was waiting in the wings and you were just the fever. Well, you're 53%. You are the party. Now stick with me because I'm rolling the CNN clip itself word for word, including the line where their guy hedges that Lincoln is, by most historic accounts, the greatest ever, plus Caroline Leavitt's White House release, the one titled 14 Wins You May Have Missed. So the CNN slide, it settles who owns the Republican Party, but it doesn't settle what your money does between now and November, because we've got the midterm elections coming up with control of Congress on the line. Markets hate uncertainty. Uncertainty breeds volatility, and this could be one of the most volatile stretches for the stock market and the economy we've seen in years. So here is the good news. Noble Gold Investments has spent over a decade helping everyday Americans protect their wealth with precious metals, physical gold, and silver you can actually hold to hedge that volatility. It's simple and easy and safe. Go to nextnewsgold.com or call Noble Gold 877-646-5347. And for America's 250th, mention my name. Get a 10-ounce silver bar free when you open a new qualified account. Don't let Election Day arrive without a plan. Now back to that 53%. So the CNN analyst joked that the president printed that slide out and liked it. Sit with that. President Trump made CNN build the graphic that buries the establishment, then posted it himself. Now, watch the clip and read the exact words with me. Let's jump into it. President Trump posts the gem where CNN has to admit flat out the president Republicans most admire. It's Donald Trump, 53%. This is what President Trump posted on Truth Social. CNN. Trump breaks first in terms of President Republicans most admire, receiving nearly triple the responses Ronald Reagan received, 6 times that of Abraham Lincoln. He fundamentally transformed the GOP for generations. President Trump posting the actual clip.
The president Republicans most admire. It's Donald Trump. This is a historic comparison. A majority of Republicans say, 53% say, he's the Republican president they most admire. Ronald Reagan, who traditionally has won that much, Donald Trump nearly triples up on this. Reagan at just 18%. And then Abraham Lincoln, who by most historic accounts is the greatest president of all time. But Republicans say that the president that they most admire by, what is this? This is 6-7 times as many. Donald John Trump at 53%, easily crushing Abe Lincoln at 8%. And the Elon poll showed that he was the greatest president as well, Donald
I feel
Trump.
like this slide might end up on a printout on his.
President Trump rubbing it in with the post, but that's CNN's own numbers, not ours. Caroline Leavitt put the poll right in front, straight from Breitbart. Trump is president Republicans most admire. One of her final posts as press secretary. She didn't stop at the polling. Here's the White House list. 14 wins you may have missed. And the wins keep on stacking up. Let's go a little bit deeper, shall we? President Trump is delivering the results that he promised. A landmark election. And the wins keep stacking up, from securing the landmark election integrity ruling to launching the largest visa crackdown in American history, to cutting illegals off taxpayer benefits and driving fentanyl deaths way down. The Trump administration posted another decisive week, putting the American people first. Here are the headlines that you may have missed. Trump scores major win as Supreme Court clears the way for mail-in voting order ahead of the midterms. That's the New York Post. Another headline, U.S. set for largest mass visa revocation in history, targeting up to 200,000 foreigners, officials say. We've covered all these stories here. ICE arrests jumped nearly 50,000 in July, the highest monthly total of Trump's second term. U.S. business activity expands at the fastest pace since 2022. International student enrollment falls amid tighter U.S. visa policies, according to reports. That's from CNBC. Fox News' headline, fentanyl deaths plunged 22% as Trump White House touts crackdown on deadly drug crisis. Financial Times headline, Trump administration pauses immigrant visa applications. And this from Fox News, ICE quietly arrests jaw-dropping number of illegal immigrants in massive D.C. area operation. Another one from the Hill. Trump administration lays out new $103,000 fee proposal for H-1B visas. And the New York Post headline, Trump admin axes refundable tax credits for illegal migrants, saving taxpayers $3 billion. Another headline, Philadelphia area manufacturing activity continues to expand in August. That's the Wall Street Journal. Daily Wire headline, the illegal immigrants deported on the first flight to Haiti after Trump ends TPS. Cleveland Cliffs, Middletown steel plant getting a $1 billion upgrade. That's Axios. And USA Today's headline, Amazon is bringing a multi-billion-dollar robotics plant to Texas. So those are some of the headlines that you may have missed. We've covered them here. One of Caroline Leavitt's last posts as she exits the White House. So Donald John Trump at 53%, easily crushing Abe Lincoln at 8%. CNN said that. Not Newsmax, it was CNN. The same network the president told to be quiet on August 18th is now reading his dominance off their own screen. And the priesthood that spent a decade insisting this was a hostile takeover just got their answer from their own data desk. So ask every consultant still telling a Republican candidate to keep his distance from President Trump exactly who he thinks he's running with. 18%, 8. That advice is a resignation letter. And look, admiration follows delivery. Reagan is beloved and Reagan is history. Lincoln is marble. President Trump, he sealed the border, gutted the bureaucracy, made NATO pay, and Leavitt's putting out win lists faster than the press can ignore them. That's the whole answer. So screenshot this one and share it with the relative who told you in 2016 that this wasn't who we are. And drop a comment and tell me where you were when they called you the fringe. Because when they can't beat 53%, they reach for subpoenas, and Adam Schiff is already reaching. So CNN just read that 53% out loud, and it's moments like that that get scrubbed off the feed by Friday. So let's cut them out entirely. Text White House to 844-840-4963. In the file, our credentialed press pool pulls from inside that building, lands on your phone every single night, whether or not YouTube ever bothers to show you this video. Reading it is step one, moving it is the fight. Text Signal to that same number and list to the next news Signal Corps. Take real missions with real ranks out of our command center and make sure the story survives no matter what channel they knock down. Come get in with us tonight.